Today on the show, I talk to Esperanza Universal, and she shares her story of going from a hardcore litigator and on being tracked to being the first Mexican Congresswoman to owning and operating the Soul Institute after an incredible experience that she went through in the courtroom. So enjoy this inspiring story. Hi, I'm Natalie Ledwell, and this is The Inspiration Show. And today my special guest is Esperanza Universal. Welcome.
Thank you, Natalie. How exciting to be here.
I know, I am so excited to talk to you today because I have actually heard a little bit about your story, and it is amazing. So why don't we just start initially with what's your background?
Well, basically, I was a civil litigator. I was a lawyer for many years. Before that, I was a probation officer and equal opportunity officer, and I was in community politics.
Right. So really some pretty straight-laced, you know,
Yes.
type of careers.
Oh, yes, and I was running for, I was very interested in being the first Hispanic Congresswoman, so I was very focused on politics.
Right. Okay. And so what do you do now?
Well, basically, I'm a spiritual teacher now.
Right. There's a massive shift there.
Massive shift. It helps, so the background helps. You know,
Yes.
it helps in working with people, but basically that's what I do. I have a spiritual institute.
Right. And it's called the Soul Institute?
Soul Institute, Systems of Universal Law Institute.
Right. And so what do you do at the Soul Institute?
Well, basically what we do is we help people create what they really want in life, really manifest their vision, and to get out of their way whatever's in their way so they see themselves as divine beings who can manifest and create as quickly as they blink their eye when they get in touch with that source part of them,
Right.
the divine source. Yeah.
Okay, excellent. So I know that there was a specific incident that happened that actually got you back from being a lawyer to doing what you're doing now. So can you just sort of walk us through what happened?
Yeah, I'll tell you a little bit about that. It was pretty exciting. It was one of the most dramatic spiritual experiences I had. Very beautiful. I was in trial in Superior Court. I was litigating the case, and the witness, I was cross-examining the witness. I knew that she wasn't telling the truth, so I was determined to get to the truth, but to not really hurt her unnecessarily. So I was cross-examining her, and all of a sudden above her appeared some angels and spirits, and I thought I was going crazy. I had no idea. I wasn't religious. I wasn't spiritual. I had no clue. But I was seeing them quite clearly, and they were talking to me, and I was seeing communications, words above her, and I actually thought I was going crazy. I had no exposure at all. I was very traditional, very conservative, and this was very weird to me.
Right.
I hadn't been even in a church since high school, so it was pretty strange.
Yeah.
So I started getting this information on the case, and a part of me was believing it because I was using the information, so my soul must have connected with it somehow, but my head was thinking I was having a breakdown. So it was very strange. And then at one point I saw a spirit walk up and touch this witness on the shoulder, and he told me he was her father. And I was, oh, this is a ghost. It scared me.
Yeah.
But later when I met her in a restaurant, I told her that I had seen this, and she said she confirmed that she had felt the touch.
Right.
So then I was really excited that there's something more than my ego and my traditional wanting to be a lawyer, wanting to be a congresswoman, and I wanted to know what is that. So then I went to search for the spiritual elements.
Right. And so what was that journey? Like, did you quit the next day, or this is like a process that you went through?
I think it was pretty quick. Like, once I got that, nothing else mattered.
Right.
Like, I thought there's something greater that I don't know about. Nothing mattered. And I pretty much started giving away a lot, moving out of my law firm, and I was a president of the corporation. And I just said, there's something more. I don't know what it is. I don't know how. I don't know what it is, but I'm going to find out. I had no clue what I didn't even know there was such a thing as a spiritual teacher. I had no idea. So I just thought I'm going to move forward, and it's going to show up. I didn't know what it was.
Right. And how long ago was this?
This was 20 years ago.
Wow, okay.
I've been doing it for 20 years now.
Wow.
Yeah, and we've been touching people from all over the world. It's been very awesome, very fulfilling.
Right. So, okay, so you live a life that you feel exceptionally passionate about.
Yes.
And, you know, you're very successful at it as well. And the thing is, I find that successful people always have specific habits that they do on a daily basis.
Yeah.
They kind of keep them on track. So what are some of the things that you do?
Well, there's things that I must do in order to be peaceful.
Right.
First of all, is to always remember I'm a spiritual being, knowing that no matter what I feel, no matter what I think, I'm a divine being, I'm connected to Source, and I'm not alone. To really know that. And then my day starts with making sure I touch nature, because that's my sanctuary. Is my sanctuary of love is nature. So I touch nature in the morning. I do exercises. I meditate. I pray. And I make sure that I have time for me as a person and as an individual. And I spend time with people that I'm connected to, with animals that I love, and make sure I fulfill that in order to go into my vision, which is to shift the planet from fear to love.
Right. Excellent.
Yeah.
Now, I know that you've had a lot of experience with people that have been in some pretty tough times.
Yes.
And I'm sure that a lot of the people that you talk to now are sort of in those situations. Well, what advice do you have for people that are, you know, that can't see out of the situation that they're in, that they, you know, they just go, look, everything's working against me?
Right. Yeah, we do work with a lot of that from people all over the world. Also with people who just want to go higher spiritually. Like they've been very successful, but there's something missing, and they want to be fulfilled differently. But basically, I would say always, what I do for myself is remember you're a spiritual being. That the feelings and the thoughts that you have are just energies that flow through you. And I think you have to touch the feeling and be aware of it, but don't get attached to it and don't build your life on it.